money to be lost, people who have basically quit their job and are doing TikTok. If you're not already and you intend to take content creation seriously, I think that YouTube Shorts should definitely be added to your content creation strategy. 2025, we're going to need to be able to do more than just our jobs. Even me, I'm tired of content. I am tired of it. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that 2025 brings us all our heart desires. I hope that you are happy. I hope that it's just more amazing than you can imagine. Okay. So in today's video, I want to share with you my top 10 marketing trends and prediction of 2025. Yes. So if you're interested in that, sit down, relax, and let's go straight into it. The very first one, I don't think that TikTok ban is going to happen. TikTok ban in the US. That's the one I'm talking about. Yes, that one. Money to be lost, people who have basically quit their job and are doing TikTok, brands who sell on TikTok. Like, that's a lot of money for individuals, for brands, and even for the country because these people pay taxes. So I don't exactly know how it's going to happen, but I feel like there's going to be a compromise somewhere in the middle. So I'm excited to see that happen. And I'll tell you that I told you. Number two, YouTube Shorts are going to be an even bigger deal. Why? Because people are moving from TikTok to YouTube. On Instagram, there's this aesthetic, this feel, it has to be curated. But with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, that need isn't really there. You just want to drop your content. And so people migrated from TikTok because of the ban or the predictions or the possibility of a ban to YouTube Shorts. And YouTube is promoting the YouTube Shorts even more. And more recently, they have moved it from 1 minute to 3 minutes long. That means the same way we're able to chat, yap on TikTok, we're going to be able to do that on YouTube Shorts. So I think that that's going to be very interesting. And if you're not already and you intend to take content creation seriously, I think that YouTube Shorts should definitely be added to your content creation strategy. Okay. Number three, social media search engine is going to become a big deal, right? Most of us know about Google search engine. That's where we go to search. And right now, Google is currently the biggest. But I do think the social media search engine is going to become even bigger. And that's because a lot of us already spend a number, as in an outrageous amount of time on social media. And so when we're looking for things, it only makes sense that we go back to social media to look for it. I mean, think about TikTok. Anytime I'm thinking about an outfit, a dress, or even something as marketing, I'm going on TikTok because there's somebody there who's talking me through the process or sharing me pictures, giving me images that I can see. It's just easier and quicker because I'm already on the app. So I think that social media search engine is going to become even bigger. So it's important that brands are on these platforms because already that's where your target audience is going to be looking for you. And even as we create content, we need to make sure we're creating searchable content, things that can be searched on. We're using the right hashtags, we're using the alternate text and all of that. I'm going to make another video explaining all of that. But this is going to be a big deal in 2025. Number four is personalized marketing, right? So already we do the personalized marketing where you say, Dear Jessica, Dear BC, Dear Jess. I was going to say Jessica again, but don't blame me. That's my name. Okay, so basically we already do that, right? But now with AI, it's going to be even more personalized. And I'm talking about, AR, I'm talking about VR, virtual reality, augmented reality, where you're able to take your audience from their house into like a visual place, like think about it, you want to sell a chair, for instance, right? And then you're able to build AR where your audience is able to virtually see what it's going to look like, right? Or you're building a house, you're able to virtually show them, like almost feels like they're inside there. Think about augmented reality, all of this. I think that is going to be higher in 2025 because AI is helping us to do these things in such a way that it just adds a little bit more spice. So even your messaging is going to no longer be, oh, you know how most times marketers, we know this, you send Dear Jessica, but the other part of the message is very is very general, right? But this time with the use of AI, I feel like we'll be able to target our customers very specifically, and I feel like we'll also be able to meet them where their needs are, and that would help us to be even better marketers. Right now, and I'm sitting out here, I'm thinking about how I'm going to use AR, VR, how I'm going to sell the idea at work, because I think that that's really the future, and it's important that across a different organization, we start thinking about how we can use it, especially those of us in the B2B side of things, right? The places where people spend a lot more money. Yeah, so that's going to be a big deal for us. Number five is still on AI. I know you've seen on Instagram where somebody says, type yes and I'll send you this, do this and I'll send you a DM. Well, that's AI working. And I think that in 2025, it's going to be even bigger, and organizations are going to learn how to use this to apply or to respond to their customers even quicker. We already mentioned the fact that customers and target audience, they're very short span. They don't have time to waste. They don't have time to waste. So we don't want them to have to wait for 10 days, 2 days, 3 days, a day before they get a response. So using AI customer support, we're going to be able to respond to them quicker, faster, and better. And even be able to tell them, do this and I'll send you this in your email, send you this in your life. I feel like that we're going to get to that stage, and in 2025 we're going to see it a lot more. So as a marketer right now, I think that you should start thinking about how you can infuse AI customer support in what you do. I'm already thinking about it, so make sure that it's on the top of your mind. Number 6, and this one is for my marketing boys and girls. Now, you can already see that the last 2 points were AI specific. That means that in 2025, we're going to need to be able to do more than just our jobs. We're going to need to bring more to the table than just, oh, I can write, oh, I can edit a video, oh, I can take pictures, oh, I can make videos. Because the truth is, AI can sort of do that, right? So you need to learn how to use AI to do it better. You need to add your own creative superpower. So if you're a writer and before you just write anyhow, you need to now think about the process of all your storytelling, of how you're making it better. Already, we know that AI, because it is getting information from what's already around. So basically, when it gets information about a writer, for instance, it's basically distributing the same thing across places, right? So what's helping you do is probably get information faster. But you, as the marketer, you need to know how to use it even better, how to tweak it here and there. So this is to say that in 2025, it's very important as a marketer that you know how to do beyond just writing. You know how to, one, use AI to make your work better, but you need to find out what your superpower is and delve straight into it and make it really good at it, so that regardless of what happens in the AI space, you still have a job. I still have a job. So yeah, that's very important. Number 7, and I'm still talking to marketers, but this time around, content creators specifically, and even organizations, right? In 2025, we're going to need somebody on the team who helps us to tell the story of the brand, right? Content creators, storytellers are going to be more important than ever before. From videos to, writing to pictures, we need content creators, we need storytellers, people who love to tell stories. I see a lot of brands making their employees make videos, and sometimes it can be a lot of work as a marketing person to get people to make those videos. So it means you're going to need to hire somebody on your team who loves to create content, who is creating content, who is telling the story. Because the truth is, there are a lot of brands out there, and probably even more people doing what you already do. Maybe they even do it better than you. But you know what your superpower is going to be? You're going to be able to tell your story so well that your customers feel emotionally attached to you. It helps to build brand loyalty. So you need more people on your team who are content creators and storytellers. So you need to start hiring. And so for marketers who are looking to enter into a corporate space, I think you should think about creating content, about telling stories, learning how about, I think it's important that you learn how to tell stories, learn about human experiences, what makes people tick, what makes your target audience do the things they do, and all of that. So pay attention to that. Okay? All right. Number 8, digital fatigue. This feels weird since I just spent the last 2 minutes talking to you about creating content, emotional, connection, and all of that. But yes, listen, hear me out, right? In 2025, it's going to be important that you are strategic with your content. So you're not just putting out content every day, every minute, every time. No, you're taking your time. There's an intention, there's an idea behind it. Because the truth is, there's a lot of content. In fact, even me, I'm tired of content. I am tired of it sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, this is content overload. So you need to be strategic with your content. You can't just put out content because it's going to be digital fatigue. People are going to start logging off and signing off and saying, you know what, let my brain rest. So it means you need to bear this in mind as a brand and as a marketer. You think about it, okay, if I was doing content 5 times or 7 times a day, let me reduce it, maybe 6 times. Maybe if I was posting every day or this particular time, maybe I should tweak it up. Sometimes I post in the morning, sometimes in the evening. Make it like space it out. And then when you're putting out content, you're making sure that there's an intention. Why am I putting out this content? For connection, for sales, to tell them the benefits of our product. There just has to be more intentionality. You can't just be jumping on every thread, jumping on any thread. There has to be a reason because people are getting tired digitally. Okay? All right? Number nine, in 2025, sustainability is going to be beyond a buzzword, right? It's going to be important that brands are eco-friendly. They're thinking about their target audience welfare. How are you producing? How are you making sure that what you're using is not affecting the environment? There's going to be a lot, especially if you work with tech startups where you're going to need investors to invest in you or give you money, or if you're doing the project that's going to need like the big guys like UN and all of this. So you're going to need to have a part of your activities that involve sustainability, eco-friendliness. It could be in your product, it could be in the activities that you do, it could be in the way that you produce what you produce, but you're going to need to think about it. And for marketers, what that means for us is we need to think about ideas of how our brands and the people that we work for can actually infuse sustainability into what we do. So you need to start thinking about ideas, CSR programs that can be aligned with sustainability so that your brand or your effort feel a lot more like you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about your brand, you're concerned about the future and the world in general. So I think that it's very important and you think about that. Last but definitely not the least, in 2025, influencer marketing is still going to be big. Yes, it's still going to be big, like really big. A lot more money will be spent. But I think that this time around is going to be heavily performance based. So, because a lot of people, marketers, CEOs, like people involved, decision makers, have been burnt by using the wrong influencers, they've been burnt by not getting any ROI and all of that. There's going to be a need to be able to tell a brand how you're helping them achieve their goal beyond just awareness, right? Because the truth is, okay, why don't I just go and run an ad on Google or Facebook, right? There's more that you're offering as an influencer, as an individual. So you need to be able to know what your selling point is, what makes you special as an influencer, and sell it to the brands, right? And also, I feel like there's going to be more, okay, we're going to give you a link. So like affiliate marketing is going to be even bigger because brands want to make sure that they're getting returns for their money. So these are the things. It's important for brands that they make money, but it's also important for you as a content creator, as an influencer, to be able to sell the value that you offer. Because brands don't just want to be throwing money up and down, right? They want to know that they are making money back, or like it's helping them in terms of their goals. So I think that as an influencer, you need to think about yourself as a marketing professional. You need to think about the grand scheme. So organizations want brand awareness, they want brand loyalty, they want, and what are the things they want? Now think about how you help them to achieve these things. And then even I feel like going forward, instead of taking up deals like just one off posts, you should do series like long term so that you can reinforce the brand message. Because if you do it just one time, most of your target audience know that that's paid, so you're just telling me for this. They don't really trust you, or even if they did, it wouldn't make them take an action immediately, right? It wouldn't necessarily stick. So it's important that as influencers we push, or you push for longer term deals like brand endorsements, just longer. And one last thing I think I should add here is I also think that customers will become even the real deal UGC creators, because when you use a product, you know more about it than just a regular influencer who doesn't or has never heard about the product before. So I feel like in 2025, customers, people who use a particular brand and talk about it, are going to become the new influencers. So if you want to be an influencer, I think you should start talking about the products that you use and tagging the brands. Okay. All right. That's it. Yay! I'm so excited. I look forward to coming back to this in 20 or at the end of the year to talk about which of them came through and which did not. All right.